Well, I'm going to talk about sovereign interest rates in Europe. So different European countries, they issue debt in markets. And if you look at the interest rate on this debt, you see a very strange pattern. Before the year 1998 or 1999, before the euro started, there was a very high dispersion in interest rates among European states. And then suddenly when the euro starts, this dispersion it becomes very small, so all interest rates look exactly the same. And starting in the year 2008, interest rates suddenly have this very high dispersion again. And the interesting thing about this is that when you think about what determines the interest rate on a sovereign bond, is that there's several things in it. So the first thing is every interest rate always has something which is called preference for the present. So that there's a natural interest rate, which even if there's no risk associated to the country, you should have this positive interest rate. But then there's also a part of the interest rate is explained by default risk, and the other part is explained either by inflation risk or by exchange rate risk. That depends on whether you're thinking from the perspective of a local investor or of a foreign investor. And if you look at these interest rates, so in the middle between the years 1998 and the year 2008, you have this very small dispersion. And this is clearly an anomaly, because if you look at the fundamentals of things that explain why interest rates are what they are, you have to look at debt over GDP ratios or fiscal deficit over GDP ratios. And if you look at these, at the pictures that these variables give you, you see that during this whole period, you still have a very high dispersion between debt over GDP ratios from different countries, and also deficit over GDP ratios of the different countries. So in conclusion, maybe what we can say is that what we have seen in the years in which the euro exists was clearly an anomaly, because these were interest rates which did not reflect the risk which these sovereign debts had in them. It is as if the market thought that the European Central Bank would bail out different countries if it came to the point where they could not service their debt anymore. And in the future, we expect to see that these interest rates will be more dispersed again, if we think that the past is anything like the future.